Andy's frozen.
That's a good start, isn't it?
That's a great start.
Modern technology.
That's
Hello,
brilliant.
welcome to Codes of the Unknown.
Absolutely. That
Andy's
is very
frozen.
unknown. What an excellent start to a show that's
Oh,
about
yeah,
the unknown
trust
and is
Andy.
frozen in time.
Right.
Come
He's
back,
gonna be
Alan.
Andy.
I'm
Come
Alan.
back.
This
See
is
the light.
I'm Ryan, and this is...
Rich, this side.
hello, welcome to our show because Andy's not here.
He's going to be absolutely livid.
Taken over.
Oh, he's going to be kicking himself, isn't he?
It's because
Oh,
he's on that
Yay!
laptop.
The host.
Oh my god. Everything
Andy.
just shut down.
What happened?
Oh, Andy.
Haunted.
Everything shut down. I had to reboot the internet.
That's definitely unknown, that is.
That's
Definitely
just
unknown.
Especially after we spent 15 minutes having a chat beforehand, no problems. Right,
As soon as I press go live, everything shut down on my end. So I had to see.
It's
That'd
weird
be-
because I was
that'd be
expecting
the
you to
CIA,
say
mate.
something, and then all of a sudden,
They're on to you.
Right. Do that again, one at a time.
We've done ours. You just do yourself.
Yeah,
now.
you're late. We're
too
well
late.
ahead.
I'm
Well
Andy.
ahead.
We've introduced ourselves.
Oh no, I could see it. I could see it on my tablet, but I couldn't do anything.
Oh, great. Cracking start. Brilliant.
Tell me about it. It's been one of them days for me today anyway. You're lucky I'm here.
You're all right as long as you've had your Weetabix.
You
That's
can't.
the thing,
You've
though,
got to
I
be here.
haven't.
So, are you lagging a bit,
no.
Andy?
It seems to be okay, my end.
No, it's gone all.
Got a bit, isn't it?
1 minute.
Well, you
It's
seem
supposed
okay,
to be-
my end, Andy. So
It's supposed to be live on Facebook. I just keep getting a notification popping up, but for some reason, it won't go on Facebook. So,
Ew.
I don't know.
hi
I don't know
everyone.
that one.
Right. Anyway, we're not on Facebook tonight. We're just on YouTube. Don't know. I can't do anything about it now.
Oh, there's the comments.
Yeah.
yeah. 'cause
Hi,
it's
everyone.
Well,
Private.
yes, we are live. Just about.
At last.
It is
Eventually.
very hit and miss.
For now.
If I keep getting up and going, it's because the cat's gone out the back garden and she'll be banging on the door till me let her in. So, that's no. She don't do an impression of a bloke doing an impression of a cat. She just does a cat noise.
It's not letting me type comments for some reason. So
Okay.
if I'm not replying, I do apologise. No, it's not letting me.
Right, that's. I don't know if it's like I said. Some reason it's not going on Facebook, but we're on YouTube, so
Oh, that's cool.
it's one of them. Just one of them. Yeah, I was just going to start off with an incident that happened last Sunday. I've already spoke to you guys about it, but everyone that's listening, I'll tell you, it's not so much paranormal. Well, don't know. I'll let you lot decide. So basically, went out for a drive on Sunday to go for a walk in the nearby forest. So as we're driving over, we go past this residential bit, and then it's just fields for about 2-3 miles down this road. So as we turn down, go past the houses, driving down, on my right hand side, a red kids football, not just a soft, flimsy one like you get from Wilkie's or petrol station, cost about £3-4. One of them bounced over from out the field, over the hedge, bounced along the road. I had to slow down, and it rolled in front of me. So it went from the right to the left, and then it was a little bit in the wind, blew it a bit down the road. But we could see in the fields, because you know where they do all the hedge trimming for like winter cut, so to speak. So they square the hedges off, so you can see there's no leaves on them, and it's completely square. So the hedges look like that, basically, like proper 90-degree angles. So you could see through, and the They turn the fields. Alan, what did you call it? Where they turn the fields? A winter.
They call it
something.
turning, don't they, for winter or something like that? Or
Winter turning or something.
They call it something simple like that, don't they?
Yeah, so they turned all the soil over. So there's definitely no kids or even adults. There's nobody in this field. You could see there's no one in that field and there's no one in that field. And this ball, could tell it was new. No marks on it, nothing, no mud, and it'd been raining. Just bounced over and then rolled and then slowed down. And that was it. And there was 4 of us in the car. So there was me, Becky, and the 2 youngest kids sat in the back. And we all was like, ooh. I went, yeah, you can all join my group now, can't you? You've all witnessed something unknown.
Wow.
But still, no,
Did
I checked it last night, didn't I, Alan?
Yeah.
And I've only got the last 3 days.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
happened last
We
Sunday.
was on the phone yesterday, weren't we?
awesome.
Talking about
I've set it so the SD card just rewrites over itself.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
no, that's the thing. The nearest houses were about 1/4 mile away. And this was like, someone had thrown it, someone had kicked it over the hedges. The hedges were only about,
Yeah.
if you stood up to it, it'd probably come up between your waist and your chest. So
roughly
I'd say
about
4
4 foot
about
high.
4 foot.
Yeah.
But you driving past, it's probably the level with about 3/4 of the way up, but you could still see over into the field, and there's no one else about. It was a little bit breezy.
But it had to get over a hedge, didn't it? Really. So if you
that's what I mean.
if it was a football and
you could see
strong wind,
it
it'd
went,
end up a hedge.
come over. I'll try and do it on camera. So it come over, bounced, and then rolled. And I had to slow down because the only reason I slowed down, making words like that, the only reason I slowed down was because it had gone from a 30 to a national speed limit. So I just started to put my foot down as this ball would come over. And there's no one about. There's not even any other cars there in either direction. So
You didn't have an inkling to get out and go and have a look, or
I did. And then I thought, nah. Yeah. And that's the first thing I thought was it with a red balloon. Yeah. But I'm not going to go and see Pennywise down the drain. You're all right.
Could have just took your car through the hedge instead if there was no one around. Nobody would have known.
Yeah. No, weren't worth it.
Set of eyes coming out from the drain cover.
It's either raining or snowing. I can't remember what the weather was like. So there'd be no one playing about in that. No, it had just gone 12 o'clock because we got to the forest for about 25 past.
Wow. And everyone else saw it, didn't they?
That's a weird one, that.
Practicing.
Yeah.
Do you not think about even getting the football? I'd get the football. It's the free football.
Well, I did.
Really.
But the first thing I thought was, what if that's an haunted object? I ain't having that in my car.
Well, kick it somewhere else, I suppose. What was it? What sort of
Excuse me.
Did you say it was one of them like plastic flimsy sort of beach bally things?
You get a pin, you pop it. It's like about 2 millimeters thick. It weren't a big like proper case here or anything like that.
Sort of service station ball.
Couple of quid. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a kick him out for about 2 minutes and then it popped.
Yeah, that is a bit weird because I would have thought I would have ended up in the hedge rather than bouncing over the road.
Well, it bounced right over. That was the thing. That was a weird thing. It come right over out of the field. But you know when you kick a ball, a throw ball, and it bounces on concrete, the bounces get lower and lower, and then it starts rolling. That's what it did.
Ooh.
So I can't tell you anything else. There's no flying cows there.
What did your other half think about the incident anyway?
Say again?
What did your other half think of the incident when it happened?
He went, that was a bit weird. And that's what I said, yeah, you can start coming on and talk about it. No.
I suppose you went, hold on, slipped it into first gear and shot out at there, didn't you? We're out of there. Pennywise is about a swear.
Yeah, don't hang about.
Yeah, there's no explanation for that. It's very weird.
No, and the fact that there's no one else about.
Yeah, field, it drift quite a way to get over there, and then the chances of getting over that hedge is quite remote as well. So
But they turned all the soil over, so it wasn't somewhere that you could go and play football.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, really
if it's
stiff
a
neck,
playing
right?
field or something, you can imagine the ball might have been caught somewhere and a good bit of wind might have driven it across. But yeah,
Possibly. It could have done, but it just seems a really odd time and place and everything
Yeah. Strange
for a
circumstances.
kids' plastic football to blow out in front of me.
Wow.
From the middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah, well, a field.
Well, yeah, but it's still the middle of nowhere, no one around.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't see another car until we got about a mile and a half down this road.
Blimey.
So, sorry, I keep getting confused because I keep looking at, because I'm doing this on my phone, but I've got the tablet in front of me for the comments. And I'm looking at the tablet. But I'm looking at the tablet and you're all out of sync. And then it's like, no, because I'm supposed to be looking above it.
You know, we're not paid professionals, you know, so we're allowed to do mistakes like that.
Well, I don't know. He
We're not
pays me
paid.
quite well. Sorry, Andy.
I get paid with this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Imagine that.
Coffee.
Yeah, got a cup of tea.
Oh.
Medicinal tea.
Well, yeah, it's Yorkshire. Everyone likes Yorkshire. That's medicinal.
No.
Bit in Britain, Stilton tea. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that ball incident. That's very creepy. And like you said, the first thing that sprung to my mind when you said about that was like Pennywise,
yeah,
red
if
balloon
you want
or something.
If anyone wants to have a look, it was on coming up from Billing Aquadrome, going up to, you come to a junction, and that's Brayfield on the green. If you turn right, it takes you back to Northampton. Do a left, it takes you into Alzona. If you go straight on, it takes you into a place called Hackleton. Then you do a left and was going to Salsey Forest, which is the M1 runs through the middle of it.
Is Hackleton a small village?
Yeah, tiny, about 10 houses. My mate lives there.
Is it a nice place?
Yeah.
Like really
There's nothing there. You've got a shop. Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's that old.
Oh, all right.
You've got a shop, a post office, and a pub, and a village hall.
Okay. I thought it was quite an old place. I must be thinking of something else then. I know where you've
got, yeah, because if you carry on through Hackleton and that, it'll take you up into Bratt Mills.
Oh.
And there's a couple of new builds as you get up to there. Then if you get to the top of there and come back on yourself, it'll take you back round into Hartwell, which is the other side of Salsey Forest.
Strange with all these new houses going up and everything. You go to areas you haven't been for about a year and then you get completely lost because there's complete new estates everywhere, new roads, isn't there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that incident, mate, to be perfectly honest. That's absolute mystery, isn't it?
For a split moment, I did consider stopping and getting the ball.
Yeah,
I just thought better of it and just
should have.
Or at least try
and freak on it and add it as a mascot. Ball over the
Wilson.
hedge ghost.
Off the hedge ghost. Off the hedge ball.
Has there been any cases of haunted sports memorabilia or anything? Or any haunted sporting objects?
You hear about balls and that. I've seen it on like
haunted football.
Oh, taps when they go to these asylums and hospitals and that where they're supposed to be like ghosts of kids, and they'll put a ball in and the ball will move about and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's what I thought as well. So that was why I just didn't
sit
not
well
my cup of Yorkshire tea. Put it that way.
I know what you mean. Yeah, that is right creepy.
Yeah. But
so you won't be going back there Sunday then?
It's definitely very unusual, isn't it? It's
we was only like halfway there.
Thrown it over or something, you'd expect to see a head.
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
This was a weird thing because the ball come over, and that was why I slowed down. Not just because the ball to the far, there's going to be a kid or two run out to come and get the ball. So and I'm looking, it's like there's no one about.
Mad, isn't it?
So
Man.
Yeah, because I drive all the time, obviously, I'm used to stuff like that. If something flies out in front of me, like an object, there's going to be someone running out to try and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deb Single said she's seen that before. I think it's because balls are easier to move. Yes. Probably.
Yeah.
Obviously, because around they're not flat. They haven't got flat sides.
Yeah,
spherical.
They're really light. Those sort of balls.
Good point, Deb.
Excuse me, sorry. So I haven't got no idea.
Weird, isn't it?
It come out of a nowhere field and went into the nowhere road. Yeah. Ryan, are you on mute?
That's a yes then.
Well,
You got caught out. He went to sleep.
You know what?
I was thinking to myself, you ignorant.
Because I thought, I kept looking and thought, he's
just let everyone know he did this before we went live as well.
Yeah. I thought he's being quiet and he's being polite and letting me tell the story.
Honestly,
mate.
Yeah.
But
and not being like Alan and keep running every 2 seconds. I thought he's going to let me tell the story.
Master.
Did anyone not notice the mute sign?
He's probably muted himself.
I didn't even notice. I didn't.
I ain't a nutter.
You should have done some emu flaming things, you know.
Deb Singleton reckons I'm a nutter.
Yeah, the silent man. That's
you are a nutter.
Silent man.
Yeah, watch your quiet ones, I say. No.
Kaz is going to where are you going, Kaz?
Pennington Flat.
Whereabouts is that?
Pennington Flat. It's near Lee, near Wigan.
No, never heard of that. What is it?
It's Pennington Flash. There's a big lake and you can walk around it, and he's got I used to go when I lived in Manchester. I used to live in Earlham, and Earlham's not that far. You can cut over going to not Goulburn. That's the other way. Anyway, you can go over, and
I remember
How big is it? What is it? A reservoir?
It's quite large.
There's a big reservoir in that. And there's they've got woods and that you can go through, and it's probably been built up since I went. I'd not been for 14 years, but I know there's been a few sightings of different things there in the past.
Oh, okay. What's happened up there then?
Well, there was Casport. She's going looking for this white ram that's got. I was reading it. I think it is
the goat man.
Deb Hatswell. No, there's a white ram that was spotted there, and it's got a. I apologise if you get the information wrong, but I think it said it had a curly horn on its head. But I was thinking, I didn't look at the thing proper, and I thought, it might be a unicorn. Because what I read was something like white beast with a curly horn on its head.
Yeah.
So I thought, unicorn.
And what is this a recent sighting?
Well, it's not a unicorn, ignore me, it's a ram.
Okay.
But remember a couple of weeks ago, I was telling you about that place called Knob End, and it's a real place in Bolton, between Farnworth and Bolton.
I wouldn't believe
there was
of April.
Well, next to that, you got a place called Moses Gate Country Park, and there used to be a white deer there. And anyway, someone ended up shooting it and killing it, and it's in Bolton Museum now. It's the only one that's ever been found there, or in that part of the UK.
They end up bloody shooting it.
Why was it shot?
Yeah.
Because it's humans.
I think it was the 70s or 80s it was shot. Can't remember.
What? Someone just shot it for the sake of shooting it, so I've shot the white deer?
From what I can remember, yeah. I might be wrong.
That's so
bad.
Yeah, humans do that all the time.
I think it's a white stag. I can't remember exactly where it was without going back and having a look. But it's pure white stag or a white deer. It was the only one that has ever been found there. So they've got it in the museum.
What? They stuffed it like some taxidermy on it
No,
or
they
something.
just left it piled at the entrance.
Yeah.
It's
You've got to
entrails
ask these
hanging
things,
out.
haven't you? You don't know if they've just cut
Just
the
left
head
the
off and put it
carcass
on a
by the
plaque.
doorway.
You know,
Well, it
I
is
just think it's awful that someone shot the only white deer, and it just
Yeah, but
seems to
people
be
do
the
that
fact
all the
that it's
time.
just because it's a
For
white deer.
sport.
Awful.
They
I
just
think-
do it
Yeah, for
because
sport.
it's unique. I've got the only white deer around, or
Oh,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I
you'd
mean,
think-
we'd stick the dodo for God's sake. There's loads of animal species that we've extinct.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
don't. If
Yeah.
you're a hunter, not like a natural, you don't go for the weak. Just sort
Some
of
people don't care.
like
though,
a
do they?
bit like a big female, do you? You go
Well-
for the weakest one.
mm.
I'm going back 40 odd years ago. So it's different then. There's none of this nature reserve stuff as much as what there is now.
Yeah.
If it was now, it wouldn't happen. Oh, would it?
No.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Guaranteed some idiot would have a go.
Don't when the
Oh,
deer
yeah.
population go up quite a lot, they just cull them, don't they? To keep the numbers down and more controllable. That's what I heard anyway, whether it's truth or not. But
Yeah, but
No,
you've got
anything can be
special
true, can't it?
keepers for that.
mm,
Licensed keepers. They have to be licensed.
Well, there is that, but how many people aren't? Yeah. There's probably more poachers than there are licensed.
Licensed. Yeah, colours. Yeah, definitely. Like shadow over
All
there.
right. If you hear me burp, I apologise. But I had
You've
toast
got
for
you've
dinner.
got certain woods though within around the country. That's the gamekeepers on there like at night with thermal imagery, ghillie suits, all that to protect certain woodlands.
Yeah. Tell you what, though, I have seen a lot of deer this week.
yeah, I've seen a few actually. Muntjacks.
I've seen 3 running across the road yesterday. I've seen 2 separate muntjac deers when I was round near Stevenage today. 1 minute, I'm just letting the cat in.
Cat owns the house.
Come on.
Look, he has to get up, let it in.
Off the shoulder.
It'll go, it'll meow for the food. Got to have the special food. No, I want the expensive stuff. I'm not eating that.
Hey, there's our special
Best
food.
creatures in the world. They really are.
Turns its nose up at tuna.
There you go. Told you. Best,
Oh, is it a
best
salmon?
things in the world.
Wow.
Cats. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and she has to have dreamies mixed in with the food or she won't eat it.
Oh my god.
She deserves it.
Everything with catnip. That'll do it.
Oh, she had cat. I did the other day. Give her some catnip. Right, I'm going out now. I come back to a destroyed house. No, she didn't do anything. She just went to sleep. Yeah, so. Oh, she's not even there. Now I'm hearing things. I know, I need to get a cat flat. I keep saying I'm going to get one and fit it. But she won't use it anyway. She'd still bang on the door. She actually bangs on the door.
When you get a cat flap, though, make sure it's on the front of the cat's face. That way you can easily push through, no problem.
Yeah. There you go. First question of the night for Richard.
Oh God, blimey! There's been so many, but I don't know whether to put them in ways of categorising. I suppose the creepiest thing I've experienced. It's creepy and surreal. There's a lot of a difference between the two. It might have been what I spoke to you guys about the other night on Wednesday, but we'll keep that for another time.
Yeah,
it could possibly be.
People.
Yeah, it could possibly be maybe the monk that was walking in Milton Keynes. And do you want me to tell the whole story? It's not long. It'll only take about 5 minutes. It was going back in about 1995 or so, a long time ago. And I was in Milton Keynes with this girl, and we went to the fair with the fireworks. And we was walking back to a car, and I completely didn't know where I was in Milton Keynes. There were so many people about and so hard to park the car. I parked in an unfamiliar part and sort of forgot about it. and walked off to, you know, the fun fair, had a good time, watched the fireworks,
Yeah.
and went after it all finished and try and find the car. It was a nightmare. So was walking down, I think it was near Campbell Park, and there's some huge
That's where
hedges.
the firework place is.
Yeah, and there's some huge hedges that was on the outskirts of it. And we'd already come out of Campbell Park, so we was walking round the surround, around the outside of the roads to veer off.
Yeah.
So anyway, as we're walking, when we're talking, I looked over to the other side of the footpath, and there seemed to be sort of some guy with a cloak walking down the road. Well, it is Milton Keynes, and strange things happen in Milton Keynes, and I'm sort of nudging her and going, look, there's monks walking about and stuff, bit of a strange thing. She goes, yeah, it's a bit odd, really out of the norm. So anyway, just following this monk, and it went on for about, I don't know, about a minute or so, and then there was an entrance going into actually Campbell Park. Huge, these huge hedges were massive. They're easily about 15 foot or something, I remember, massive. So anyway, he turned in, and at that point, we crossed over the road and stuff, and then walked along to where the entrance was, and I curiously went to see where he was going, where this monk disappeared to in the park, and it completely vanished. There was nowhere he could have gone. I was maybe 5-6 seconds behind him at walking pace, and it was so surreal to see this. And, you know, it's Milton Keynes, it's a fun thing. You never know what was going on. He might have been some sort of entertainer or something. But there was absolutely nowhere for him to go. I remember it to this day. There was just a footpath going right the way into the park, that was illuminated all by lights. And then either side was just the massive bit of park and just hedgerow, and there was nowhere for him to hide. And I even got to the point where I turned around and she goes, where is he? Because she didn't come into the entrance. She stood right at the end of it, and I turned around and goes, completely disappeared. And she goes, get lost. And I said, honestly, he's gone. There's nowhere for it to have gone. And she was going, come on, leave it. And I was just sort of miffed, thinking, even if he run at full pelt, there's nowhere he could have gone. And I'd even checked, along the hedgerows, see if there's any holes and anyone was hiding, but nothing there. And of course, she completely freaked out over that. And it's pulling me back and go, come on, get out, get out. I knew it was weird. Come on. So,
well, there's a couple of abbeys. There's a few abbeys around Milton Keynes.
Yeah, loads. Actually, it was just a bit afterwards, after doing fishing, that I started fishing around Newport Pagnell, and there's like monks this, monks that, and there's even Monkston in Milton Keynes and all of that, and loads of monsters, just like you say.
You've got the Abbey, Bradwell Abbey, near the Concrete Cows. You've got an old abbey that used to be in Newport Pagnell. When I did my second investigation, we walked round there. Dave, he's going to be coming on in a couple of weeks. He was brought up around Newport. I lived there, but it was only for a couple of years, so I don't really know the history of it. Excuse me, but he knows ins and outs of it, knows everything about it, and he's had a lot of stuff happen to him around the area, him and his family. So he's going to come on here one weekend when he's not working. And he's going to do a podcast in a couple of weeks as well. So he'll be talking about Newport and that.
Oh, I look forward to that. It sounds awesome.
So
that's one of them. That's, that's just at the top of my head. But I've had real surreal moments, but I'll go into those another time. But cheers for asking us that, Debbie. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, she's put ghostly monks. I've got a story about a monk. Believe it or not. But there's nothing to speak here. I was first driving job I had. I used to deliver around Liverpool. Driving down Edge Lane, there's a park on the left. This monk walking up climbs over the fence again to the park because the gate was shut. Carries on walking.
That's very surreal,
Telling
isn't
you.
it?
Yeah. That was just like, what? It was one of them moments.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, creepy monks, just creepy. This, that thing that I saw, that was just as physical as a person. There was no sort of apparition or vagueness to it or anything like that. It was just like a real person.
Yeah, so I used to go cycling around Campbell Park. I used to live about, not even quarter of a mile away. Take me 5 minutes to get there. But never seen anything in there. Well, not months anyway.
Get mugged nowadays.
Don't know about that. Yeah, so anybody else any questions? Kirkstall Abbey. I've heard of that. Kirkstall.
Do like the abbeys? They all have like ponds, don't they? Where the old monks used to live in the abbeys.
A lot of them have moats
and then
going around them. Or they used to.
Yeah, and they used to fill there with like fish, didn't they? Carp and
yeah, a lot of koi carp and that. It's like calming. It's like feng shui and all that kind of stuff.
Right, they had ponds and stuff, didn't they, for carp and eels to eat?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
right.
And then it's like it's like churches used to have tunnels. Well, there's always tunnels underneath for where the monks used to get down to not get taken out when the church had been attacked.
You just reminded me of something. Do you understand about that place called Knob End where that white deer was shot?
Yeah.
Apparently, there's all tunnels underneath there. That's where you got the Crow, which is the cut off of the Irwell. So you've got the Crow River and the Irwell River, and that's where they split. There's all tunnels underneath there, leading all the way into Manchester and all the way to Bolton.
Wow.
Because Oliver Cromwell used to hang about there in his day when he was doing all his stuff, but also Dick Turpin is reported to have, that's been one of his local hangouts.
Wow. Little coves and nooks everywhere around the world, isn't there?
Yep.
God, there's so much that we're yet to discover that's hiding places.
Hidden, forgot about.
Most of it's closed off, though. As soon as something starts happening, it's like, we're not letting you in anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So
the cat teams around London, they're all shut off, aren't they? I don't think the general. Oh, they're not. Is there parts you can still get to, Alan?
Yeah.
I say because I know they had a lot of people going in there and stuff
they
like
are
that,
closed off to the general public, but you can still access them for certain reasons, like for gas or water or whatever.
I see. Facilities or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's the same all over Britain, all over, to be honest with you. I mean, because a lot of our towns and cities and villages are older than you think.
Yeah.
Well, the Beaver Castle you can go and visit still.
Oh, here we go. Back to the beavers.
Beaver Castle.
There's Newark Castle as well. There's Newark Castle, which is on the River Trent.
Tell me more about this Beaver Castle, Ryan.
Yeah, I want to know about Beaver Castle.
Who resides there?
Just research it.
Would be Queen Beaver.
One of the dukes was something to do with bloody, I don't know.
Beaver Castle.
Something to do with the royalties.
Duke Beaver the Third.
Whereabouts is that?
Basically, it's up top end of Leicestershire.
Is it? Dear, no way.
It's written Belvoir Castle.
But it's not called Belvoir. That's the French.
Well, I've always driven past and thought, I'd like to go to Belvoir.
It's Beaver.
Okay.
It's Beaver Castle. No, basically that was built after the Norman Conquest, I think. Right. But that's like that castle you can still see. But there's another castle near, which is near Newark, and that's like. But I think half of it's still there and half it's not. But the side that's still there, it's amazing because that's where one spot's where I go fishing, and you're literally fishing, and to see all the obviously being a builder, seeing all the brickwork as well. It's just like, and at night where all the lights are shining all up, it makes you think like what went on then, like
what's going on.
They would have had that back in the day. They'd had ships, wouldn't they? All like going all down it, and it's mad. Boats.
Right, are you ready? Next question. Off subject. What are your thoughts and opinions on the Bermuda Triangle?
Strange.
This is your missus, Ryan. Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird one. The
I
Bermuda
think
Triangle.
it's like
I mean, she's
magnetic.
talking to us on here, but it's when I try and talk to her about it.
She don't want to know.
Spoke for a week. He asked a question.
You know
on
why
here.
that is, Ryan? Because when you're on here, you're a movie star.
I might as well talk to that brick wall.
Any other time,
behind
you
there.
do
George
the average
Clooney.
Joe at home.
Jesus.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
It might just be a bit of an energy
electromagnetic
point.
Yeah,
Something to do with it, you know. I don't.
They reckon UFOs are involved. They reckon there's a UFO base down there and all sorts down there. There's all sorts of speculation.
USOs.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
USOs.
It's under the water.
USO.
I reckon it's an airport for USOs that literally go in and out of water.
I just think it's
quite
sorry,
possible.
Don't mean to cut you off. I just think it's where when the ships go, boats, yachts, planes, whatever, anything else that uses instruments to guide it, they all go off balance because there's a large magnetic field there. Yeah. So they don't know which way they're going, and you just end up. There's a lot of rocks. There's a lot of underground mountains and that around there. So there are a lot of rocks. There's a lot of high pressure there as well. Is it high and low pressure?
But the thing is, though, some of the boats have gone in and come out with no passengers on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you've got a lot of like electric storms and that around there as well. Sorry,
yeah, but I'm not crazy enough to jump overboard in an electric storm. I'd stay on board.
Yeah, but
that's what I mean.
Have they, as the ship tipped over and they've all fell out, and then it's come back through the waves and it's
back up.
Oh, yeah.
I think there was a couple of ships that went in and come out the other side, and mysteriously everyone on board had completely disappeared. Like over 100 people unaccounted for, and there was even like a cafe, or no, the dining hall or something, and there was meals left half eaten. Yeah. So they've just disappeared.
Yeah, but it's like Joe's just put, it's like planes go missing, but if all the instruments go out and they don't know where the horizon is, and they're in like thick fog, or there's an electrical storm going on,
or just in open sea, they don't know which direction they're going. If they're going straight, they could just run out of fuel.
Well, the thing is, I think the pilot wouldn't.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain all of them, though, does it? That's
no.
You know.
So a pilot would still know his destination, would be able to work out roughly where he is from the sun or locations and that, to a degree, you know, enough to sort of know his route, because they sort of check the routes beforehand, don't they? So they know.
Yeah. Sorry, Deborah Single just put where the seas do the crisscross. So have you seen it where you get square waves?
No.
So you've got waves coming in that way and waves coming in that way, and it's a cross current because most seas have rivers and all that running through them, and obviously the river, the rivers are usually fresh water, sea salt water, but the different temperatures as well, and it's just all different waters mixing. It makes it go all like it just looks like giant squares, like a chessboard.
Okay.
Have a look on YouTube later, and you'll see them. There's loads of videos. So fascinating. It's mind blowing.
I find the whole Bermuda Triangle fascinating because I know it's not just the Bermuda Triangle. There's other little pockets around the world that's a bit smaller, but goes.
Well, have you heard of the Bridgewater Triangle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have.
Over in America.
Yeah. There's a few of them, so there must be. There's obviously something going on there. So there's, you know, first thing you got to point to is, like you say, the electromagnetic fields or whatever, isn't it?
I just think it's energy pockets around the world that do strange things. Because you've also, like you're saying about the Bridgewater Triangle as well. Have you heard of the place Zero, where nothing works? Your car won't drive through there. No one gets a phone.
No electric, nothing electrical.
Virtually nothing works. It's called Zero something.
I think I have actually. It sort of rings a bell. It's not somewhere remote in Russia.
I was listening to that. No, this is in America.
Is it?
Oh wait. No. Wait. I might be South America.
Was it because it's sitting on ley lines or something? That's an interesting
Don't know.
I wonder what the
birds will be flying over. Birds will, even animals avoid it because usually when birds fly over, they just drop down dead, just fall out of the sky.
Really?
There's no fish. It's like it's so many square miles. Oh, what's it called? It's bugging me. If anyone knows, can you put it on the comments, please? Because
and there's residents that obviously live there, is there?
People, yeah, not that many.
What a crap place to live. Somewhere you got no electric or no internet or anything. You
like
think,
me,
I'll live there. You know?
But,
you think you sort of
that's another thing. They hear, every so often, they can hear humming or rumbling, and it sounds like it's coming from underground. So they don't know if it's military. They don't know if it's military or it's a natural phenomenon.
Or extraterrestrial.
Yeah. No one knows. There's no explanation for any of it. Oh, what's it called?
There must be minerals. There must be minerals or something in the area that's causing it. I bet it's rich in something in soil. It's got to be.
No, but that's it. Nothing grows. Nothing will grow there. No animals will go into it. It's like it's in its own bubble.
It's a dead zone.
The dead zone. That's what it's called.
Dead zone, yeah. I've heard
about
that, yeah. Nothing can survive there. Nothing grows.
People live there, but as soon as you go in, even you go in with a compass, it's spinning around like it's connected to 20 magnets.
That's what happens when you come into Bedfordshire. What did you say it's called? The dead zone?
Dead zone, yeah.
Yeah, dead zone. I think it's near... Sure, it's near Texas somewhere.
Right. I don't know. I don't know too much about Bermuda Triangle, to be fair.
It's all what I've seen in
History Channel. It sounds to me a bit more of a magnetic energy thing going on.
Some magnetic field, yeah. That's what I think it is. You get 3 points.
That's going
it's
on.
It's why all these sites are built where they're built on, isn't there?
But
that point of it meeting on the ground.
But saying that, if it is like all this magnetic forces and that, and Alan's just said it's not just all that's going on, do you think whoever is there and interfering with stuff as well are using it as an excuse so that they don't get caught being in that particular area?
Could be some mining going on with
hidden in plain sight.
You don't know. Who knows? Well, they do say the best way to hide something is in plain sight, don't they?
Yeah. Everything's a theory. Everything is someone's opinion or research that they've looked into it, and that's pretty much the best you can come up with.
They've even sent sonar boats out there and all sorts, trying to survey the complete seafloor and everything.
Yeah.
And find
but there's like a humming.
Any of the planes, boats that have gone missing.
I think maybe if
in the dead zone,
triangle and ley lines, they'd probably find there's a load there.
They've said about this humming or this rumbling noise, it sounds mechanical. It's coming from underground, but they've studied it. There's no mining that's ever gone on around there. What I'll do, I'll find a link for it and I'll put it on the group.
Have you heard about the UFO or extraterrestrial flying objects flying around in that area as well? Have you heard about them?
No. Nope.
You haven't?
All I've heard, nothing grows there.
A few occasions.
Nothing grows, nothing, no animals go into it.
No one about the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, what about dead zone?
No.
Note to self, must keep up with conversation.
What is the dead zone? So the dead zone, is that a program as well on it?
They've done a program.
No, there's documentaries on it.
A few, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
A couple of the podcasts I listen to, they've talked about it. One guy he doesn't live that far away from it. So, but I'll brought my notebook tonight. Dead zone. Let me write it down. No.
Proper researcher at work there. Look at this, lads. And the Notebook's out is on it.
Yeah, but
this is the British version of Fox Mulder in work here.
I've only just worked out how to click my pen and look what pen I've got.
Oh, multicoloured one.
Which
it gets better. Shiny pen, shiny notepad.
Oh, excellent.
Getting paid too much.
He'll be wearing glitter over his eyes next. Watch.
Look, can you not see it?
This has got lipstick on as well.
Bit of eyeliner.
All right. I'm not trying it.
Bit of concealer.
I know how you two know all about it.
What is it? Blush
about it.
Don't know what you're talking
Apparently
about.
it's what you do on the Sunday, from what we've been told.
I just go chasing red balls. Or not.
What else are we going to chat about?
Anything you want. Any more makeup tips from Mr. Maybelline?
Makeup tips. Ryan, got any more?
You know his moustache. His mascara.
That ain't my. Andy's the one for that. He'll tell you.
You two are the ones popping on about it. I ain't got a clue, mate.
We've just got what you've told us.
You're the one kicking off before, you know, that your missus won't even let you have your notepad back.
She nicked me pen as I'm writing stuff down for tonight. And she said, "You're not writing it down." I'm like, "Well, I can't write it down. You got me pen." So that was it. Anyone got anything else? Any more information?
I've got a few things. Have any of you guys ever gone to see a clairvoyant?
Nah.
Yes.
Have you?
No,
It's very interesting. Did you have a positive experience, or
did
you go see two different ones, or just one?
First one, it was about 3 weeks before my 21st birthday. That was in Bolton. And the last one, which was about 4, maybe 5 years ago, that was over in Monkston, in Milton Keynes. And each one said stuff, and it's things that, like, you forget about, and then it happens. It's like, and then you remember, and it's like, no, how could they know? Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to go into it because a lot of it's personal stuff and that. Absolutely. But I'd say it wasn't like, oh, you know, someone called Dave and he's got a red Nova. It was nothing like that. But it was, she would only know the stuff that she said, that she would only know anything that she was telling me if she'd have lived in the house for at least 4 or 5 years.
Absolutely, yeah.
You wouldn't know the stuff by just coming visiting for an hour or something.
Yeah.
You'd have had to have lived with us to know what was happening.
When you went, did you have to sit down and pretty much listen to what they said? They just fired a load of information over to you, and you didn't.
When
really
they asked me questions,
you just nodded.
So I pretty much didn't spit. I was like not even saying anything. I was giving nothing away whatsoever.
That's not like you.
So it was like, do you know anyone called such thing? Or so I've got this about you, blah 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 blah. Does it hold any relevance? And I'd be like, So it's like proper poker face. But she wrote a lot of stuff down before I got there. No way she could have wrote that before she met me. No way she could have wrote that after meeting me. I've still got it somewhere. But both of them was like, oh, Ryan's gone.
Oh.
What happened then?
Ryan, get back.
He'll be back in a minute. But so without going into detail, it's like it was even with stuff that was happening at the time, or like within a few weeks happened, and I'm going, 15, 16 years after. No, sorry, what? 2008, 1994. 1994 to 2008. How many years is that?
A lot.
24 years?
Yeah, a lot.
14 years.
Yeah, that's enough. Anything over 10 years is a long time.
So, 14 years from me going to something happening. And how would you know?
Well, it's very similar to what I've been through, because again, I was just as curious as you when I was in my early 20s, and someone recommended that I should go and see this woman, and I was a bit apprehensive and had the number for about a month or something before I just bothered to go, and I was there going completely as someone who didn't believe in any of that. And I was exactly like you. I was there to expose it, as I was saying, no birthdays, no guessing how old I am, nothing from my area or anything. And it was exactly like you. I'd give nothing away. I'd just sort of nod every time that. And the very first moment, I'd never met this woman before, and I just got, rung her up, and she gave me her address, and that was before, Tom-Toms and all of that. So I made my way over to see her, and she was about in her 80s, I would say. And as soon as she opened the door, it was like I'd met my grandma, as I had an instant chemistry with this woman.
Instant connection. Sorry, I've moved the camera and I can't get it back. Oh,
that's all right. That's all right. What's up with
that? I've moved then.
You just need to sit back a little, that's all.
I can't. It's an upright chair, mate. You still there?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Right, funny. Yeah, Joe's put a question. Oh, no, sorry, Nelly. If you could go anywhere in the world to look or experience something, where would it be and why?
Oh, that's a great question. Nelly always has great questions.
I'd go to the middle of an ocean looking for mermaids. That's one thing that's always fascinated me.
You won't find mermaids in the middle of the ocean. They'll be near the shoreline, bathing on rocks.
Have you gone looking for them before? You know where they hang about.
Yeah. No, that's
question, though, because
I'd go down
really go looking for mermaids.
An experience. I suppose one that fascinates me the most, I'd probably say the Himalayas.
You sigh. Did you kick me out?
No, you kicked yourself out.
No, it just went all dodge. It all just froze.
Did it?
Well, that'll be the internet then, won't be.
Was you all chatting? Just normal?
Yeah, we were all up. You just suddenly disappeared.
What would you look for in the Himalayas, Alan?
Yeah, my internet just cut off.
For the Himalayas, it's because of the pure beauty and the majesty and the sheer height of those mountains.
Yeah, but is there nothing? Is there
I've
nothing?
always been a mountain type person. I'm climbing them or trying to climb them, and just seeing the sheer size of them.
Mm.
But would you not go to look for something? A certain place to look for a certain...
No, because I can do that anytime. Seeing the Himalayas would be like a real experience for me.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I do have, just going back a little bit to go into a clairvoyant, the first one that I went to, I thought I was going to a house party. I didn't know anybody in the house at all. No one even knew my first name, let alone my surname. So, make of that what you will.
Well, the one that I went to, she sat there for 25 minutes, put all the hairs up on my spine, where it's just like you're a little area.
Was that extra?
Yeah, it was a life-changing experience. I'm not joking.
No, sorry.
She completely told me loads of things about my past, my present, and the future. Yeah. All of what, even a career change, the whole lot, the sort of thing that you, that's not me. I'm no office sort of person, and this, that, and the other. told me about my child being born, when he'd be born, told me it'd be a boy, told me that we'd live near the sea, told me about my dad, told me about my dad's relationships, about his problems, told me about my brother, told me that my brother was ill, which I thought again went, because I only saw him the day previous, there's nothing the matter with him. So, so many things she told me. She probably told me about 50 things. Loads of it was for in the future. Every single thing that she said come true. And then other things that I didn't know about, like my brother being ill and thought it was a load of mumbo jumbo. On the way home, I stopped in to see my brother. Guess what? He was ill. He was off work.
Really?
And he was in his dressing gown. He really didn't even want to answer the door. So, and everything come true. Absolutely everything the woman said come true. She even said some throwaway sort of things like, oh, you're going to have this fantastic relationship with this little cat. You're going to be best friends and all of this sort of thing. I can see a picture of you with this little cat and doing tricks and stuff. I thought, what? And yeah, I had a cat who used to do tricks and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, you know. But every single thing that she said, spookily enough, all come true. And I didn't just go once. I kept going back every single year for about 15 years. And every single time that I did after that, she didn't even charge me anything to do it because we got on so well. And this is quite important as well, because there's always after she's blown my mind for about 25 minutes of all this mystic stuff that no one could possibly know. And even like you said, Andy, there's some stuff that it makes you think back and you'll link it up sort of thing that no way would anyone that didn't know you know that information.
Well, one of them, she said to me, she said, I'll be getting a new vehicle and I'll be wearing a red uniform. I'll be getting a new job. I'm like, well, no, I weren't even looking for a job.
Yeah.
3 months later, started a new job. Had it was a red polo shirt, and then got the van to take home.
Oh, nice. Don't get that too often.
No, but then I wasn't even looking for a job at the time she said it, because I'm like, I don't think they're going to give us a bright red uniform. They did.
There you go. She said about my career change, and I was like Ryan, always into construction. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to get off the tools and go in that office, because it's a different sort of league. There's, different politics to put up with. And then, within, I'd say, a year or 2 years and stuff, straight in the office, I just got promoted. They sort of forced me to be a liaison officer, which I pretty much had the freedom of everything, really.
Yeah, right. Well, with mine,
what trade was you then?
Construction, always in utilities.
Right. That's awesome.
Just quickly, she said to me, she goes, at the moment, you're travelling all around the country, which was, if we're going all around Europe and that. She goes, but where you're going to be working now, it's just going to be in like one area. And it was just east and southeast of the UK. And it's like a set route every day.
You wouldn't have believed it at the time. Being told that.
No, I didn't.
See, it doesn't make any sense.
How would you know? How would you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It had me completely spooked. I've been trying to work it out so many times. And every single time that I went to see her, maybe about 15 times, it's been a long time. I was only like you, about 21, 22 at the time, and very curious about things and thinking, well, for the sake of the tenner, let's go along. Let's see what this old Shaman has to prattle on about and see if I can sort of outsmart her with psychology, because I'm not bad. So I'll be able to sort of say, it's a bit bad taking a tenner off someone, giving them a load of waffle that doesn't make any sense. I left there when I would honestly give her 4 times the amount of money, quite honestly. And then, like I said, we had this relationship that every time that I went back, she wouldn't charge me. She would see me as like a grandson. I'll see her like a grandma for some strange reason, Andy. And this is a complete stranger, and what's that all about? You don't sort of greet people and give each other little hugs and stuff like that. Lovely to see you and all of this, when it's just a clairvoyant. So it was, one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I tell you that for a fact.
Well, the thing is, with the last one that I went seeing, someone bought it me as a birthday present, and it was like, I think it was like 45, 50 quid. Because it's like, I ain't paying that to go there to be told a lot of nonsense. And then she's bang on. And you know what the funny thing is? She's called Claire.
Really?
Surname wasn't buoyant before anyone else.
Ask, haven't you?
Yeah.
And she was very good. She was okay. So both ones that you went to were both spot on.
Yeah, but like Deborah Singleton's just put about the best ones are the ones that you find out about word of mouth.
Yes.
The second one, the first one was Deborah. Like I just happened to be at that place at that time. The second one, it was so booked it in. Well, person that paid for it booked it in November. I didn't get to go and see him until June. Right. What's that? 8 months? 7, 8 months?
Yeah, that's you've got a good one when that happens. People don't always go back unless it's spot on. But the one that I went to, unfortunately, she died about 5 years ago, which is quite upsetting, really. Because I rung up and her son answered the phone and she'd just died about 2 weeks previous, which was ironic because I've been meaning to sort of, book an appointment for ages. I've left it for such a long time. But
right, you're present.
I questioned her on quite a lot of other things as well, Andy, because she was quite sort of clever and, very well grounded and open minded. So I asked her all about UFOs and stuff like this and, talents and that. And she always said to me, this is about the second time I ever went. She said to me, you have got a little bit of a gift, don't you? And I said, no. And she goes, yeah, you have. And you do know it and you've used it a few times. And I thought, okay. And I was just absolutely buzzing at the time, when you sort of, I don't know, it was very exciting. It was like it was Christmas Day, but, it was very hard to take all the information. I needed to sort of go away and process it all. And she told me all about sort of UFOs and spent 15, 20 minutes going on about entities and angelic entities and stuff like that influence our lives. And said about the difference between the positive and the negatives between the two, and they have to run concurrently. We've had many chats about it, but unfortunately she died. But I'd recommend any other people to definitely,
just go and
try it once.
Yeah, definitely. But
if you recommend anyone, and I'd like to go.
I'd love you to have gone to see Pat Ryan. I really would. I would have given all of you guys her number, and you could go and find out yourself because I passed it on to a ex-girlfriend, and she went. And then after she come out, she couldn't drive her car, and she parked up, and she rang me, and she was shaking because of some of the information she'd been told, because it's just no way that anyone like that. And she's a police officer, by the way. She's a police officer. By the way, so she's dealt with deaths and trauma and stuff like that, and yet she goes into a clairvoyant and comes out in floods of tears and shaking and saying thank you for giving. Yeah, honestly, it's no word of a lie. That's no word of a lie.
Yeah,
is there any way in getting the contact?
She's dead, Ryan. The woman died.
Oh, right.
No, that's what I said. She unfortunately died, and I've got regrets about that because she only died 2 weeks. Before I made the phone call to make the call, and I've been putting it off for about 2 or 3 months going, I've got to ring Pat. There's many a time she answered the phone, and she used to do it in such an old-fashioned way when they used to roll off the number. They didn't say hello. They'd go, 43219.
No, when I come out with the second one, I just went and sat in the car and sat there for 10 minutes because I couldn't believe what I'd been told. It's mad, it really is.
Oh, that's cool.
But
fucking hell.
4-pack again.
Jesus Christ, you can keep that away.
They were the days. They were the days.
I didn't read that. I just thought I'll put it up there.
Oh, yeah, sound Andy. Cheers, mate.
He shut you up, didn't it?
Oh dear.
Oh, that's fun. Who's that banging then? Did you scratch your armpit?
No, it wasn't me.
No,
Ryan, scratch around
Alan's
it again.
looking well guilty as usual.
It's the Rolo, isn't it?
It's you, Ryan. It's you with the M powers on.
I'm surprised you haven't muted it again yet, by the way, Ryan.
No, I'm doing all right, aren't I?
Yeah. That's another thing.
See how the next 10 minutes go, Ryan.
As I was leaving, she said to me that I've got a bit, I can send stuff from this, that, and the other with energies and that. She goes, you want to get some tarot cards because you'll be able to read them, you'll be able to do them. I went round to my mates about a week later, and she goes, yeah, you can have these if you want them. I hadn't said anything to her.
Yeah.
I thought there's a Quality Street box. I thought, oh, chocolate. Oh, tarot cards inside, wasn't it?
That's all right.
Apparently,
do you have a go with them?
Carrot cake.
Yeah, carrot cake. You give me some carrot cake in a Quality Street. But apparently, with the tarot cards, you have to be given. You don't buy your own. Someone gives them to you.
Correct.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Got that over there.
That's why. Did you buy your own?
No.
Yeah, she did.
You did,
Debbie. She did.
Just admit it.
Yeah.
No. No, I've got them upstairs.
Get out of here, Nutter.
Yeah. Tell Ryan the mutant. He keeps muting himself.
Oh, aye.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, you should never buy your own.
I don't get tarot cards. What are they supposed to be?
The cow. I've got tarots on them.
What is the actual tarot? What's the translated word for tarot?
Don't know, but it's just like you as you're shuffling, you ask it questions, and then the person that's doing them will put them out with the cards that you've picked. There's different ways of reading them, and then you can ask it your past, your present, and your future. That's the way I've been told about it. There are other ways of doing it.
Yeah. I got given my
you never buy your own. Yeah. You never buy your own. You have to be given as a gift.
I got given mine. Have you done any readings, Andy?
No, I only found them the other day. Because we sat in the middle of sorting the bedroom out, like decorating and getting our new furniture and that. So I've been told I have to get rid of all my crap. So I'm going through all my drawers and that to find out what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. He's gone again. Houdini.
I'll be gone for a beer.
I can see him on that screen. He looks like he's got a smirk on his face. He's doing something to the screen. So I reckon he's doing it deliberate. Shutting himself down.
But, yeah, so I was going through all my stuff and I found this. I thought, oh. I opened it and there's tarot, but they're wrapped in like a silk handkerchief. So you don't touch them.
That's a bit weird. I've never come across that before.
Or is that they're not shown to anyone apart from the keeper?
Oh,
possibly.
Is it because you're not supposed to show them to anyone apart from the person who owns them or accepted them, shall I say?
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know.
I've done about 8 readings.
I know Ouija boards, but I don't know tarot cards.
Yeah. That's something I've never ventured in.
My auntie in Southport, near Southport, she does tarot cards, and when I've been over and stayed over and that, she's always done a couple of readings for me.
They come out spot on, yeah?
No. Don't know.
I've done about 8, Andy, and they've all come out spot on, and I've even taken them round my friend's house, and I don't like dabbling them, but it's just like a Ouija board. You start getting results out of them, we'll start fitting things together. You just know what
I've always wanted to do a Ouija board, always. But after hearing, I've been like doing a bit of research and that on it. I know you have to close it, you got to say goodbye, you got to do all that stuff. I don't think I'd ever want to do one, to be honest with you.
Oh, I love doing them.
No, I wouldn't. I've never dabbled with that.
I always wanted to do one in the graveyard. Then as I got older, I thought better of it, so I never did it.
We used to go to graveyards and stuff like that. We used to go all up, go in the creepiest graveyards possible. Do it. In the flat, in the house, wherever, we didn't care.
I made one once. But did you know it was brought out as a board game, and they had to prove that it worked? I think it's like 1901 or 8. It's like right at the beginning of the 20th century. So towards the end of the 90th, beginning of the 20th. So he said, well, for this, because it was a game, to prove that it works, shows how it works, and they did it. So they bought it, and it got sold to MB Games later on.
Okay.
Well, if you can get hold of the original Ouija boards,
they've all been burned.
Were on made out of oak. Yeah.
Yes.
These are the old ones. Now you will never, ever. Well, you will. They're rare as rock and all shit, basically, because these are the ones that are more powerful than any other Ouija boards you can make or produce or whatever. The original ones on oak that were made out of oak and had all the numbers and letters and numbers and everything,
there you go,
carved out properly. They are really powerful.
Yeah. So, did you have quite a few results, Alan? Sorry, Andy, I apologise.
No,
did you have a few results out of Ouija boards?
Oh, yeah, we've had loads, man. I've had quite a few.
What, anything sinister or?
Oh, yeah, all the time. It's like a bull.
Right, so the majority of the time, what
down to it.
I wouldn't do one.
I'm not saying what happened was bull. What they were saying was bull.
Right. Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if you're alive or dead. People are still going to talk bull.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of the stuff was bull, and a lot of the stuff was correct. Yeah,
there's definitely something in it, isn't there?
Both.
I've always been told that when you think you're talking to someone, you are not actually talking to that person. And there's certain names that you need to avoid. I'm not going to say them on air because it's supposed to bring you bad luck. But look it up. There's one that begins with M. There's one, is it Mr. Something? There's certain, I'm not going to say the second name. When you talking to these people, no, sort of. When you're talking, and they'll say touch your body, and then there's a woman's name as well, that you're not supposed to. If it's her, you're not supposed to talk to her either.
To be honest, I haven't heard that.
No, I haven't. I don't know much about it. I just know I wouldn't sort of dabble in that sort of stuff. Tarot cards are about my limit, and they're spooky enough in themselves.
Ryan's internet's gone down, which is really weird, because last week I was having nothing but trouble. Then it went off as we started. Nothing. When we're doing the podcast, it's fine. I'm not getting any. I'm sat.
That don't make sense.
I'm sat 6 foot from the hub. No.
It's weird.
I don't know why. It's weird how it's whenever we do a live stream, one of the internets, it's like with Deb's, theirs was always going down.
Yeah.
Is it because it's popular times or something?
No.
Friday at about 10 o'clock, is everyone online or?
The only things I've got connected is my phone and my tablet. And then everybody else is
back in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Bit of peace and quiet now he's gone.
Yeah, he'll hear that when he re-watches that. I missed that. I was just about to read that comment then. What was it? All around the internet.
Right, I'll put it back on.
That's the one. Oh my goodness. See, that's the sort of thing that I want to avoid.
Smash your glass.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
not supposed to smash the glass.
Release something. Just out of curiosity, Joe, did anything sort of happen after that? It might have happened many years ago, but has anything sort of happened after that? Like you might have sort of got ghostly apparitions or cold spots or anything in your house, or bad luck or something that might be associated with it. Just be interesting to know. It's quite spooky.
Oh, apparently as well, Richard, you can't get rid of them. You can't burn them. They'll always come back to you. You can't burn them. You can't bin them. They'll just keep turning up.
And it might sage or something, because there's cold spots in the place where I am. And I don't know if I discussed this with you before. Did I say to you about inside my place where it just goes massive cold pockets and you can sort of put your hand in it and it's like a cylinder of cold and it moves about? And that's pretty much why I got the K2 meter, thinking,
right.
That's what I did, and I got some horrendous results, mate. Literally, I was standing right in the middle of... completely in the red in the K2 meter, and having responses, but it's been that sort of freaky that I've just turned the K2 meter off and left it at the side as I just don't antagonise it.
Joe's just put the only thing that was going on, who wants to be did see a shadow, but when you look at it, it's gone. There's a theory about these shadows is you'll only ever see them out your peripheral vision because it's to do with your line of spectrum. So when you look at them full on, you can't see them even though they're still there. That's one theory. Another one is obviously they move quicker than you do, but if they're not in your frequency, then you're never going to see the shadow full on. You'll only ever see it like when it's there. That's it. So you'll see it there as soon as you turn. If it's 2D, you're not going to see anything there.
That's terrifying, Deborah. See what I mean? That's two different cases that the glass is shot off and smashed against the wall. Now, realistically, I think if you're a sort of trapped spirit or something, you would want to sort of, you know, flex your muscles or see if you can do something as much as possible in the physical world. So I suppose this smashing of glasses or moving chairs as a... Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's poltergeist activity, that is.
Wow. Yeah, late 70s. Perfect time. Well, there's that really bad case in London with the poltergeist. That's correct. Didn't they have police and...
What the what about that?
But they reckon that was all hoaxed.
What was it? The girl playing up, was it, or was it the whole family involved, or what?
Well, there's about 7 different. There's a lot. Well, I don't know exactly.
That's what I mean. It's gone on for a long time, isn't it?
One story is when there's a lot of lime. What was it called? Not limescale. Bricks. When they make bricks out of limestone. Apparently that holds residual happenings.
Yeah, I can get that.
So it's like recordings in time.
Like
girls when they get to a certain age and they hit puberty and the periods and all that, that's another thing that apparently attracts them. That was another that was mentioned, that it could have been that was drawing it to them. They was doing it for attention. It's all a big hoax. Trying to think what the other one. There's some more, but I just can't think off the top of my head.
Because wasn't there a doctor at something or a professor that stayed with them for a time and monitored everything and said that he saw this girl stuck up in the corner of the roof or something?
Have you seen the photos?
He took a photo of it.
Yeah, I have.
And it's got like light worms.
Oh, does it? It looks like the girl sort of jumped and she's sort of in that motion where it's perfectly captured.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
He could have been in on it. So if he's got her to jump up, they've took a photo.
Yeah.
You don't know who's in on it. I'm not saying it was.
I'm with you there. It's just another way of looking at it. You never know if he's had a golden handshake with the Daily Mail or other newspapers are about, you know, and said, we'll give you 50 grand or something to keep this going for a while. It would sell. It would sell newspapers.
It's a similar
story
to the Amityville.
Fame was involved in the investigation.
There was a similar story with the Amityville place.
There was
the original shootings, and then there was what they based the film on afterwards was the family that moved in. Was it a year or two afterwards?
Yeah.
And they had
I think it's been knocked down since, so hasn't it?
No, it's
I don't think it has. No, it's a tourist resort. They make a lot of money out of people taking photos of it.
Enfield all the time. I can't find it.
Yes, house is still there. Still exactly in the same place. They've changed, you know, the at the top windows. They used to be in like a quarter of a circle.
Yeah.
They've changed them so they're square now, so you can't recognise it. But it's
That's
still
right.
the same
That's
house.
right. Yeah.
And they've changed the number.
Yeah.
Number.
Didn't the walls
13.
bleed blood for no reason at all, and weird shit like flies and stuff just turn up?
Yeah, weird stuff happening in their voices.
And didn't the guy actually? Didn't he murder his whole family or something?
That's amateur.
Is that what it was, Alan? The first incident, the guy went crazy, said he heard voices or something, like a, I don't know, like a
heard voices.
Schizophrenic, and then murdered his whole family.
Not the one in Enfield.
No, we're talking about Amateurville.
Oh, it must have froze. How did it even get that?
Oh, what's that? 30 East Drive, Pontefract. I've heard of that, Deborah. Is that the house that you can actually rent out and sit and do ghost readings and stuff? I think they rent that house out as a bit of a tourist thing. They can book it for 3 hours or something and sit down and do some readings. I've heard of that one.
I've heard about the one in Pontefract.
Yeah, I
don't know much about it.
There's a few places like that, though, isn't there? There's I think there's an old hotel, or well, it's a hotel now, but it never used to be.
Where
they dare you to stop in a certain room or something. If you can stay in there overnight, you can get it for free.
The Stanley Hotel, where they filmed The Shining.
No, it's in Britain. There's places like that around Britain.
Supposed
to be so haunted.
There's a place.
You can't even spend a single night.
There's a place near Preston called Grimside Hall. Supposed to be one of the most haunted buildings in the UK. I drove up there once. Me, my cousin, and my mate. Little crappy Fiesta. It was one of them. You didn't even need a key to start it. It was that bad. And we pulled up right outside the grounds. We're like, right, we're going in. And we sat there for about 10 minutes. He goes, come on, turn the engine off. I was like, if you turn the engine off, it won't start up again. So none of us would get out of the car or anything. Just went for a drag. But this was about...
Andy, there's a lot of
this was about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Places in Britain. Because Madeley Court is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in Britain as well.
Where?
Madeley Court.
Never heard of it.
The other side of my estate, old mansion house.
That on the road on the lake.
We've walked past it, yeah.
Right. All right.
That's supposed to be the most haunted place in Britain as well. So there's going to be a lot of them, I think. There's quite a few.
Sorry, just give me 1 minute.
Places, I meant.
Yeah. My headphones have gone off.
Now you've frozen. Oh, it looks like he's been frozen out as well. It's the down to the two of us. Oh, no.
Frozen in time.
1 sec.
You froze for a bit then, Andy.
My headphones have gone off.
Must have had some sort of signal with your camera because your camera froze as well.
No, I was on my Bluetooth channel.
Internet glitch. By the way, you can rent out that place in Pontefract.
Yeah.
So, you know, and guess what? It's sold out completely. There's not even a place to book. So, must be doing good business there.
Well, someone's doing something right.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I can't get my headphones to work now. This never happens.
I haven't bothered using mine tonight.
It's frozen again, look.
No, it's not. I've come off the screen while I'm doing something else.
Oh, okay.
What's it like without the headphones on?
What's it like, what?
Without the headphones.
Just everyone's gone to bed. I don't want to wake them up.
Go on, wake them up. Go on.
Joking.
Do that.
See what
Keep
music.
the door clean open. Put all the lights on. And announce your arrival. Right, come on.
Right. So we've not got long left. guys. Hold on. Here's the Scarlet Pimpernel. He's back.
Oh, we'll say goodbye then.
Oh,
with
look,
that,
he's
that's everything for tonight, everyone. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. What? I've just had Domino's. What? Where's everyone going?
You're just in time, Ryan, for the end. I bet he's gone mute again.
He's gone mute.
Have you gone mute again, Ryan?
He's gone
Mutant.
mute. The mime
I went,
artist.
hi, guys. Bye, guys.
No one can hear you. You can only lip read you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can
you hear
now.
Just about.
Oh, yeah, Sam, I was going to say, yeah, why? Is everyone going? Honestly, it took me the first time this computer's ever done that, where I couldn't connect to the internet, honestly. But yet, my wife sat over in the front room on a phone watching, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
So we're going to leave you on your own now. So we're us three are going to bugger off, and we'll leave you on your own.
Hold the fort, Ryan.
Sam, mate. Sam, spot on.
We'll be back in 10.
I'm sure I'll be all right sat here on my own.
Talk about brickwork.
I thought you was going outside anyway tonight, Andy.
It's a bit cold, mate. 1 minute.
Nah, that's no excuse, is what you were saying.
Give me 1 second.
1.
Well, more than 1 second.
3.
I've turned my microphone off, and now I can't hear anything.
Oh.
I keep pressing the mute. Red comes on, and it.
How do you do it?
It's obviously drinking beer. It makes you bloody.
What is he up to?
Burp, doesn't it? So what I do is I click it so you don't hear the burp.
It looks like you're wrestling with the camera, Andy.
I'm throwing him in it.
He's on his laptop, isn't he? He should get rid of his laptop. It's no good.
I'm not on the laptop. I'm trying to turn the microphone on, but I can't find the button.
Your audio's fine.
No, the button's vanished. I know it sounds stupid, but I can't find the button.
That is so typical for Codes of the Unknown, a button to vanish. Live on air, on camera, and buttons vanish.
There we go.
It's okay.
Oh, God.
Can you hear us okay, Anne?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Oh.
Well, we can hear you, so that's all that needs done.
Right, how's that?
Too much. Get rid of it.
What was I going to say?
Is anyone?
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah, you
loads.
Did I miss anything?
45 minutes of hot content.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not much.
Oh, yeah. It was steaming.
Top secret stuff.
Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah.
You missed about all these tunnels, and
Nick Pope was desperate to get on, but we had to say, nah, not tonight. You know, Ryan's coming back on.
Oh, quickly.
You fucking sarcastic.
It's all good. It's all good. You didn't miss much, mate.
I know.
Through a few things about.
No. Is it Meg?
Anybody?
Yeah, no. My internet's not been good for about a week, to be fair, since we've had this last load of snow. It's been crap.
1 second. I just want to put this in quick before I forget.
Megalodon.
No.
Yeah, mate, I think Megalodon's real.
Ryan, if anyone wants to come on in 2 weeks, let me know. If anyone wants to come on and chat about anything, let me know and I'll sort it out. There we go. That's it. Carry on.
Put someone on. That'd be great.
Megalodon, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think
would
it's
have
real.
seen it. Loads of people would have seen it. Surely, it's a shark.
If
you want them
go
to,
on YouTube, Richard.
they have.
Oh yeah, just go on YouTube. It's all over YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Personally, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, back when the Giants Nephilim were living, had like people sort of giants. Why couldn't have animals be giant as well? So everything back then was sort of probably bigger.
Yeah, good point, mate. That's what the dinosaurs were all about, weren't they? They're massive.
But
that's a good
I
point.
heard something about this.
You know what I mean?
Day.
So,
yeah. Sorry, I heard something about this the other day. If the Meg was real, yeah, and it's swimming around at the bottom of the oceans, there's virtually no food there. If it's going to eat, it's going to be eating stuff like whales or other sharks and that kind of stuff. Yet they're not finding any of them with any giant bite marks in them. So,
yeah,
because they're getting killed and eaten.
Remote.
No, but there's going to be some remains.
Yeah, but we ain't discovered all the oceans yet, though.
Right.
Well, that's it.
There's more to it than that, but that's basically what they said.
In fact, out of interest, has there been a whole skeleton of a megalodon ever found? Because as far as I know, it's only teeth, isn't it?
The majority of it is cartilage, isn't it?
Yeah, and teeth. I think there's sort of quite big sort of teeth.
What's called? It's not cartilage. Is it cartilage?
Yeah.
It is cartilage.
I think it is cartilage, yeah sort of.
Cartilage on fish, because it's to do with the way the body moves and that.
Deborah, I remember that incident very well. There was a little responder on that great white that they tagged, and this thing got taken and it really got shoved down. So whatever took this thing was absolutely colossal. It stunned science. They couldn't explain it. That's a good point. I forgot about that.
Mermaids, big teeth.
See, do you think mermaids were mistaken for sort of like seals or something?
The manatees and
you think sirens are?
Oh, what's the other one? The manatee and
the
other one that's.
We've got webbed answer, haven't we?
Well, you speak for yourself. I haven't.
Technically,
we have. Yeah, we have. Really, we have. Like we've got that middle bit there.
That fleshy
it's
bit.
kind of like, that fleshy bit.
You reckon? I must be the odd one out here, or some
I don't know. I'm just
putting one out there.
Right. So,
we could have had like where it was up here.
Yeah, Deb Singleton's put about numbers.
Number 11 is very significant in my life. Very, very significant. Number 11 for definitely.
11 and 8. I had a lot of 8s today.
Yeah, and the 1-1-1-1. That's very strange. You should say that, Debbie, and I can prove this. I've got actually. You remember I was saying the weird stuff that is going on at my place that I am now. As many a times I look at the clock and it's 11 minutes past 1.
Yeah.
1-1-1-1. And then sort of this happens regularly, and I'm not one for looking at the clock or anything like that.
Well, I get this when I'm driving about. The sat nav will say 8 minutes, 8.8 mile. I'll look at the tripometer, and it'll be like it's like 122. Then it'll be 88, and then. Say 122, or the numbers will add up to 8, or whatever the number is. Most of the number you can add them all up to that number.
Yeah, freaky, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'll be going to house number 8, stuff like that.
What's your favourite number? Have
8,
you got one?
That's why I did it. 8.
Number 8.
13.
Ryan?
But when I went,
you're mute again. What's your favourite number, Ryan?
I like number 9.
That's weird you should say that, because when I went to that second clairvoyant, he told me my lucky number is a number 9.
And it's not. Your lucky number's 8.
My favourite number's 8.
Oh, but your favourite number is your lucky number.
But
if it's your favourite number,
that's
your number by heart.
So I lived at number 8 growing up. Lived there for like most of my life. Don't laugh at this next bit. When I was born, I was £8.
Really?
Yeah. And I was born so many minutes past 8 in the morning or something like that.
Oh my God, I've never realised this. If you wouldn't have said this, I was born at 11 a.m. in the morning. I wouldn't have known that. I was born on the 11th of July as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't have. Yeah, blimey. There you go.
Yeah.
More significant than I thought. And
I've had a lot of
I never play raffles or anything, and I always win raffles if number 11's available.
Yeah. I have a lot of sixes show up in my life.
Ooh. 3 of them on the forehead when you wake up in the morning.
Like where I live now is number 6. Where I lived before was 13. Where I lived before that was number 6.
Wow.
There's other stuff as well, but
Andy, can you remember my number?
13.
911.
No, the house number I meant.
411.
The house number?
No.
Many houses.
69.
Hey.
Someone had to say it.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
69. Going.
You're not the only person to say that.
Well,
I haven't really got a favourite number.
You said it was 13.
Yeah, I just said that because
he was just being Alan, wasn't he?
Because every other number doesn't work and 13 does for some reason. I don't know why.
I reckon if you think about a number that quickly and associate it as being your favourite number, that should stick with you. It's a bit like Ryan and his number 9 and stuff. You sort of know your number, really, didn't you?
13 isn't really my favourite number either. So
it could be unlucky for some, couldn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Or it could be lucky for some.
I'm sorry, I've got to share this.
Paradise package. Brilliant.
Why is it always...
Oh, that'd be so funny to deliver there.
Yeah.
With the old
beer. The thing I've got is a wolf's head. This is the house of death. Wolf's head, scorpions. Yeah, the house of death.
Yeah.
There's been some very good questions coming.
Here's a question for you. What's the most unusual thing that you do?
Me?
What way?
In anything? What other people have mentioned that you do that's a bit strange about you?
What quirky oddness of you?
Yeah,
things. Can I go first on this? Because I've got an awesome one. Right.
Go
on. When I get a loaf of bread and I first open the loaf of bread and you've got the crust on top, I'll just take a bite out of the crust and I'll put it back and then I'll go and get the other 2 underneath that and just make my toast. I never eat my crust, but I could honestly go and get you the bread now and show you that I'm not lying. And I've done that ever since I was a kid. Yeah, I'll open the bread, take the top bit, this crusty bit, bite that, eat that raw, take the other 2 bits of toast out that I'm going to have and put the top bit back in. And I've done that ever since I was a kid. There you go. What's all that about?
I think it's time to get rid of Richard.
Yeah, I would as well. That's a God's honest, though. You did ask, and that was just,
Okay. Ryan, you got anything weird like that?
I think we should get his missus on and tell the truth.
Yeah, I do.
Well, weird stuff. Well, what do you mean? Weird. There's loads of weird stuff that...
Something odd and unique that you do. Maybe a little quirk that, your wife probably nags you about. There must be something unique to you.
Wearing her pantyhose.
Yeah, I'm just forgetful of always leaving
doing
stuff
naked handstands
in places where I was told not to leave it. It's sort of... There's a bit... It's lagging on here, mate. It's lagging.
Yeah. Is that what she says?
It's lagging.
That's a lame excuse.
No, hey, yeah.
High five.
Do you know?
No, yeah, not really.
Right, that way.
Probably. I don't know what.
Do you sing in
No,
your
I just
sleep
sort
or
of,
anything like that?
I've probably got loads.
apparently I do talk in my sleep. I've actually woke myself up from my sort
That's
of
not
like
really
unique,
though, is it? A lot of people do that.
No, but
that's what I mean.
Do,
it's not unique.
But is there something you do that if you told anyone else, they'd look at you and think, "Nutcase"?
Come on, you got to have something better than the bread. Else it's me. I'm a complete lunatic.
I mean, I collect dead things. That's my thing. I collect dead things.
Well, no, I don't know. Well,
don't look at me.
I don't know really.
I've probably got loads.
I wouldn't really do anything that's sort of what I'd say out the normal. Well, what I don't think is I'm too busy with doing stuff to. I don't know. Probably talking on this fucking YouTube channel.
Andy, pick him out again.
That's a good one. I'll go with that. That's a very good one. That's
there you
very
go.
odd.
Yeah.
He mutes himself all the time.
Yeah, and I collect dead bodies, basically. Dead animals.
I don't have anything.
I just keep them lying around.
That's quite normal. I think a lot of people do that
Basil
this
Brush.
day and age.
Best mates with a beaver.
Basil Brush.
Boom, boom.
Oh, wow, yeah. Love the beaver.
So, would you get up to then, Andy?
Basil Brush.
Which ones do you get? Quirks?
Yeah. Me.
What do? Do you open things, leave them on the side, drives your missus nuts?
No, I've got to tidy everything away as I'm doing it.
Okay, so you get something out and then put it away and then need to get it out again. Is that what you mean?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Or put things in special places and then you forget where they are because you're tired.
When I'm getting dressed in the morning, I have to put my left sock on before my right one.
Oh, okay.
I have a crap day.
Yeah.
And I've done it where I've put my right sock on first. I thought I'm never doing that again.
I did the opposite. I put the right one on first.
No, left.
I always put my right one on. Yeah.
Oh, is it my left shoe?
Oh, it's a bit of conundrum now. The system's broken tonight.
I don't know until I put my socks on.
Terrible day tomorrow.
Take them off now and then put them back on.
Yeah, let's not ever to put them on again in case you curse it. My God. My God.
I
could smell them.
It's definitely left shoe.
That's why having problems that end. It's melting all the corrosion, all the cables and everything.
Yeah, definitely left shoe first. I think it's left sock as well.
That ain't really that odd, though, is it?
Well, I sleep with a fan on all year round.
I do.
That's
I've
weird.
got another one. When I'm drinking milk, only milk, no other drink, I count to 8 twice.
You count to 8?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's a lot of
1,
milk.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Really?
Oh, he's done it. I haven't got a clue.
And it's like in glugs as you're sort of glugging it down.
Yeah.
Really?
That's like,
it's like repetitions. It's like throat repetition on milk.
Just
the milk
twice.
Workout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No other drink. No other drink, just milk.
And it's the same if you have a milkshake, like a Yazoo or whatever.
No. Just milk out the fridge.
Wow.
Semi-skimmed, mind.
Weird.
I feel terrible now because mine seems like the weirdest of the lot. Really?
Hey?
Mine just seems like the weirdest out of the lot. Biting the bit of bread and putting it back.
I don't eat food and put it back. And then
I used to drive my girlfriend scatty over it. And also, I'll tell you another one as well. You know, when you make cups of tea around your mate's house and stuff like that, when they can't be bothered to make you a cup of tea, they'll go, "Do you want a cup of tea? I'll get the kettle on." Then go, "Oh, I'll make it." Every time I do, as punishment, I hide the tea bag somewhere. Like I'll open their sort of like cutlery drawer and I'll fling it in there, or just silly little places like in the plant pot.
That's something he'd do.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
No, because
put it in the fridge everywhere, the most inconspicuous places.
Not the other way around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another thing that it's weird is I won't drink out of anyone else's drink.
No,
I get a bit like that. I get a bit like that, Ryan. Yeah.
Even if I was in the middle of the Sahara Desert and it was life and death situation, I still wouldn't drink out of some that people. But when I talk to people about that, they think it's weird.
No, it's not. No.
Yeah, I think that's weird.
No.
Yeah.
I won't drink out someone else's drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, man.
Yeah, well, that's why I have a bit of an OCD about it. I have a bit funny, like when I was a young kid, if someone even looked when I was sat in, Mum always told me when I was sat in the high chair, if someone looked at my food, I won't eat it. I'd push it away.
It's all coming out now.
I'm still quite like that now. So if I'm at a table, right, it's like I had it the other. Last time I went out, someone tried putting the fork over near to. Oh, let's have a taste of that rye in my dinner. Fucking, that's big no. That ain't.
I don't share
You don't help yourself from my dinner. That's fucking. That's kicking off sort of material. That.
I won't share my food.
No.
I nearly stabbed someone in the eye.
But to a lot of people, that's weird, though, isn't it? Well, I bet did as well.
I'm
trying to nip a chicken.
Luckily, it had chicken on the end of it. I went and got a curry, and he goes, "Didn't want anything, don't want anything." Sure, you're not having mine when I get back. That's fine.
Yeah.
I went to grab it. I went like that. Luckily, there was chicken on the end of the fork, and they got an eye full of chicken tikka instead.
Wow. I hate people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm all for sharing, but I'd rather get another spoon and just put a bit on the plate or something. Like, not just get your fork that you just got all your chops round it, and it's like straight into you.
Do you know what? I was watching Jamie Oliver video the other day just for making bread. I'm going to start making bread. And do you know what? He was kneading the bread and he had rings on his fingers. And watching that, I just thought, if I wouldn't be able to eat that bread, watching him having rings on his fingers, kneading it and all of that. You'd think as a professional chef, you'd take them rings off. But it's pretty much the same as what you were saying. A bit about a phobia about food and bacteria and germs, isn't it? If anyone sort of got near, it's just like, nah, that's it, no more.
Yeah. That'll stop you doing it.
What about dog biscuits? Have you eaten those?
Yeah. I have.
You've got to try dog biscuit. You haven't lived unless you try a dog biscuit.
I had a spoonful of pedigree chum for 40 quid.
That's even worse. I haven't done that. That's going into dark territories when you start going into dog food.
40 quid on a Friday afternoon. It's worth it.
What?
My boss said, I'll pay for your night out, as back in the day, like early 90s. I'll give you 40 quid if you eat a spoonful of dog food.
One spoon? Yeah, I'll do that. Spoon. For a night out.
Tasted of Weetabix, mint, and bits of wood.
Oh. Do you reckon it would taste any better if you put some salt on it and maybe warm it up the microwave for a minute?
Basically, it tasted like shit.
Do you remember what it said on the can? What it was, like tuna or salmon or
pedigree from beef?
It was meant to be beef, and you couldn't taste any similarity of anything that's beef in it.
Wood, mint.
It definitely ain't. It definitely won't be.
And
Weetabix.
And Weetabix.
That's what it tasted of.
No way.
Yeah, there's free. It felt like little twigs inside it. Yeah.
Was you able to keep it down as well when you swallow? Because I imagine the texture on your tongue and the blandness of it all and the cold jelly around it is going to make me hurl. I'd be
straight to the pub.
Did you? You held it in?
Yeah, he was getting drinks as well. So we did it at work. The pub was like 100 yards away. So we just shot up to the pub, washed it down. Won't do it again.
Wow.
Try
40 quid in a night out.
They're better.
42 quid.
That's weird.
I'll give that a go.
Right, guys, we've got to end this in 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's you that's keeping us going.
Well, it says my hubby used to nick chips off my fish and chips and it drove me mad. One day I launched him on the floor and he stopped then. Yeah, quality. We go, yeah, there you are. You can have them now off the floor. Yeah, stealing someone's chips. That's a no-no, that is.
Yeah, I've had a bloody an old, bit of a tear up on a night out for someone trying to nip my chips.
Yeah, it's man's food, isn't it? Don't mess with a man's food.
No.
I was walking back to the hotel, went out on a night out. I think it was out in Leicester with my mate. These 4 lads come across the street, like, getting at the Roger Moore from opposite side of the street. We've just got our chips in there. They just come over, storm the chips. So like, because there's 4 of them, 2 of us. Yeah, so literally, I just obviously defend yourself with the chips. Have the chips. They're walking down the street, laughing their head off, going, "Yeah, we just nicked some chips off some lads." Next thing I looked at my mate, I went, "Right," I said, "Just fucking follow me." So next thing I just ran straight at them, and one of the lad, he was bigger than me. He was just straight on the turn around, bang, straight, and then that was fucking great night. That was. But like you say, it's just like over food. It's like you're mad. Like I've had a good night up to that point, like fucking wicked night, and then
I reckon you was a cat in a previous life, Ryan. Where the cat's got food and you go and touch it, and go.
He was a fox.
Honestly, I get really funny about it. I've got a connection with cats, though. That's the thing. What?
Basil Brush. That's why we're talking about him.
Basil.
Oh yeah, Basil Brush. Yeah, that's because fucking the labourer couldn't fucking use the thing properly. It's not even that hard to use, is it? A brush.
Oh, when you said Basil Brush in your sleep.
Yeah, Basil Brush. Yeah, that's because I'll be telling. Because I used to be on. I'm price work now, but when I was on price work on the commercial sites, you'd have labourers that do all the cleaning up. It'd probably be me fucking pissed off with one. Chuntering in my sleep, going, "You fucking turn up tomorrow like that, and you're gonna get
Brian, stop swearing.
Clip around the hero."
Sorry,
You know what? I'm usually the worst one for swearing, but I don't think I've swore. Have you ever heard me swear yet? I'm terrible. If I'm off camera, I just F and Jeff all the time, and it's embarrassing, But somehow
I do in everyday life. As soon as I come on here, stop. It's like when he used to go to my mum's, never ever swore in front of my mum. Not once. As soon as I come out of the house, every other word.
Crazy.
It's something I've always done. Don't know why.
Etiquette.
Respect.
That's what it is. Etiquette, respect, and good morals. Yeah. No cussing.
I was brought up, not dragged up.
Exactly.
You wouldn't think that by looking at me, but I was.
And me. And me.
Right. We're going to call it a night in a minute. So, we have a guest coming on in 2 weeks. That'll speak at once.
No, we was waiting for it was going to be.
Well, it's in the chat. All you have to do is read it, Rich.
Oh, sorry.
Shut up. I was seeing how long it took everyone. Don't ruin it, Alan.
Well, it's all in the chat. They could all see it.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
What's this?
What?
Ryan ain't even awake.
What's this? What's going on? It's lagging. No, it's lagging.
Oh, that's good. I've just read the chat. Sorry, I have been off the boil with that. That's awesome.
That is one word I never use. See you next Tuesday.
Why not? You can say see you next Thursday. It'll still be the same.
Yeah, but I can't say it.
I do. Just, with your mates and stuff, just to see if they twig that what you said.
Yeah.
No, my mates, they usually do go, yeah, you are and all.
Is that the naughty version of that, though? See you next Tuesday.
Yeah. But I've noticed, though, the more southern you go, the more they use it.
I use it all the time.
I do. Everything.
Yeah,
if I drop something on the floor.
If I'm working in London or on the outskirts, every person saying it, kids running around, you seeing it
as well.
and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm in the Midlands.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those words that's just become popular.
Alan's, no way.
Oh my God, is that Craig? Not Hopper.
Cake. Don't say cake. Oh,
Craig Hopper.
It's a secret word.
What are you doing on here, Craig? Craig, why are you on here? And how are you, by the way?
I haven't had cake for ages. I haven't had cake for about 6 months. Got any sort of cake?
That's if it's the right Craig.
Does sausage, cheese, and bacon count as cake?
No.
No.
No, not at all. That's crazy. No.
Put it in cake batter.
No, that's breakfast.
No, that was breakfast today.
Cake batter and then
no, mate.
What was it? Sausage, cheese, and egg.
Bacon.
Yeah, that's quite nice. What was that? In a roll or something?
Bread roll.
Come on.
God.
I was over in. Where was I?
You're a bit like Craig.
I was in Essex.
It's off now.
I was in Essex today. North London.
You pick up the lingo while you're there.
All right, geezer.
All right, mate.
How's
it going? Pears, been on the old dog and
proper naughty.
Landing 10.
On the nut.
Yeah, good old Landing 10.
You got the Harry Lime?
Who?
You having a
Harry Lime.
Harry Lime? Wine.
Harry Lime, yeah. You know what that is, don't you?
I do now, just twigged.
Time.
Wine.
Crime.
I love going to Barnet.
Whining.
Get your hair cut in Barnet.
In Barnet. Yeah.
A lot of footballers live around them sort of areas, don't they?
Who?
Footballers. Didn't what's his name? Ashley Cole. He lived in Barnet.
No, a lot of them live around there. Not Hemel, Hampstead Heath.
Yeah.
I've seen loads of famous people around there. Nearly crashed into David Baddiel once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Was he North London?
No, in Hampstead Heath. It's tiny. They're all the old Victorian terraced houses. Now he's coming up, cars parked either side, really tight turning. You've seen the size of my van, haven't you?
I think I know what you're talking about as well.
He's coming round in an Audi, but there's nowhere either of us could go open like that. Oh, ow.
Stuck him in the back of your van and give him a lift.
Did he give you the bird or anything? Was you both all right with each other?
Yeah, we both just started laughing because he knew I'd recognise them. It was one of them. Pies in bread. Holland's pie and a barn cake.
What's that about then? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Pies in bread cake.
Let a pie be a pie, let a cake be a cake.
In bread cake? Bread cake? Is that bread and butter?
I don't know.
Is that a bread and butter thing?
That's not the Scottish thing, is it?
That's the only thing I can think of. Bread and butter pot cake.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
No, it's called a barn cake.
Pudding.
Bread and butter pudding, that's right.
That's the only
right.
bread
cake.
Yeah,
that's right, yeah.
No, Holland's meat and potato pie and a barn cake.
Well, hold on.
It's a harm cake.
Isn't a donut a cake? But yeah, it's bread dough, isn't it? It's deep fried bread dough, isn't it?
It's a sugary polo without the mint.
Sugary polo without the meat, a big one. I'd like to see the tube they come in.
Pie versus cake.
Or is it a
That's a good one.
Cake,
right.
Cake?
You know what though? When I went getting this sausage, bacon and cheese roll, he had
That is a hard one.
half cut. He got little half cut Swiss rolls on the counter, strawberry and chocolate. Shall I get one? Shall I not get one? Didn't get one.
Oh.
Tempted.
Just get 2 next time you go back.
5.
If you had to pick, if you had to have a pie or a cake, which would it be? What would it be your preference?
Meat and potato pie all day long.
What about you, Ryan? He's on mute again. He's on mute.
No, it's the delay. He's got lag in he.
I'd go for a pie every time. No contest.
Meat and potato pie.
You know.
Hello? Sorry, mate.
That's all right.
It keeps
what would you go
trying
for?
to it's not my connection's not very good. What do you say?
Right.
Pies or cake?
Well,
yeah, if you had
got 2 minutes.
Is that right? I'd probably, I don't know, it's hard because you can have other meals. I'd probably go for cake for just the dessert.
Would you?
Reasons.
There you go.
I'm glad you highlighted that.
But then again,
the
a pie would.
Don't know. Right, I'm gonna have to wrap this up, guys, because I need to go to bed. Sorry.
His mummy's got to tuck him into bed.
No, I've got a new bed.
Pie's more filling, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I've got a new bed.
No.
I spent 2 hours dismantling the other and putting this other one up.
Is it your first night in your new bed?
Yeah. I had an ottoman bed, and the arms collapsed on both sides. So we got a divan with 4 drawers, not 2. Posh. Posh down south.
Oh, I see. Very good.
So, and it's about a foot higher. Got to get a step ladder to get in bed.
Feel like rorty.
Telling you, it's not even
need a new bed. Badly. It's important to have a new bed, really.
Yeah, so it's not brand new. We only need the base. We've got a new mattress. Got it on Facebook.
I want one of them silent night things that they use in the Premier Inn. Their mattresses, I love them.
Oh, you just sink in them. They're the ones you mean?
Yeah. Well, they're firm, but they're forgiving. They've got sort of memory foam in them and springs.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Thanks, Debbie. See ya.
Sorry, 1 second. Just let me reply to these.
See you later. See you later.
See you later, Debs.
Right. I'm going to end this now anyway, because I do need to go to bed.
Yeah,
but massive thank you for everyone coming on. There may be one next Friday, but I'll let you know beforehand anyway. If not, it will definitely be in 2 weeks' time. So that is going to be the 26th. No.
2 weeks' time.
No, there isn't one on the 26th.
Because you're off again.
Becky's birthday.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you'd never see me again if I did one that night.
Yeah, go on, it'd be a laugh.
Dare you.
Dare you. Double
dare
you.
you.
The last thing I ever do, mate.
Triple dare you.
I would never do anything ever again. I won't even be breathing. It's not worth it. It's not even worth the question.
Yeah.
So, no, we'll do one next week, and then that'll be it for 2 weeks.
24th.
Yeah?
Can have a rest, can't I?
Yes. So, right. So I'm going to go. Thanks, everyone, for coming on.
Next Friday, Dan.
Up to now, next Friday. I'll let you all know anyway. I'll put it on Facebook and YouTube and that. So, tally-ho, and thanks for joining us.
And it's a good night from me.
Good night from me.
Thanks.
Thanks. It's all right. Anytime, right?
Good night from him.
Thanks.
All right, see you all later.
What? It's lagging if you can't tell, honestly.
I'm going.
Bye.
Take care.